Hey everyone, it's Clint. Welcome to Sweetcast. I got thinking a little bit about marketing and comics, and the shocking thing to me is I spent a lot of time just looking all over the internet for comics related stuff. I make videos, and so it's helpful to look at that kind of stuff. It's also informative for me because I write comics, and so the shocking thing to me is how little I see of new comics. I hear from other people. There's the genuine word of mouth that goes on, and you start hearing about new projects, and that's fantastic when that happens. It's great. But generally speaking, I don't actually hear about new series, that's obviously coming from a marketing engine. The only example I could think of just in recent memory, and really this was a few months ago, probably like 2 months ago, that I really saw this circulating a lot. Money Shot #1. I don't know anything about the book other than it's in space, and there's a cleavage. That's all I know about it. But in Money Shot, you're seeing the advertisements come out from it. You're seeing things like this. This just popped up. Candace Comic Art selling the original cover here that posted up. That's not really marketing, but kind of. Candace Comic Art, they sell other people's original pages, and so there you go. That's being promoted, being sold around about the same time. You've got regular people posting things. Vault Comics is posting something. We'll jump over there in a minute. This is from the Hollywood Reporter. You're seeing things like this come out. Now, before this, I think I remember seeing an interview by Dan DiDio that was on some late night talk show. I know I did a video on it. It was a while ago. And so you see every once in a while what I think is a minimal attempt to do some marketing from comics. Why? Why on earth is there no marketing for comics? Well, like most businesses, once things are rocky and when you're not making a ton of money, the first thing that you cut is marketing. And it's not necessarily that that's a good thing, but that's just what happens. Because you can cut marketing and you don't see an immediate loss. You can still function, you're not firing anybody. Things are working. The problem is that marketing is what is pulling new people in to buy your books. Now, I got to think, Money Shot, I don't know how well their marketing campaign did. According to this review from The Beat, take it for what it is. It says, Vault's Comics Money Shot proves that sex certainly sells. Is it selling well? I didn't buy it, but I tell you, I heard about it. The other thing is it was colored by Kurt Michael Russell. If you're unfamiliar with him as a colorist, I know that it just seems random, but he does have a YouTube channel. He's been around for a few years, and he does get attention. I imagine that him being on a book helps sells it because he'll actually color pages or covers from books that he's working on that are out, being sold at the moment. And so, again, that's another way I think that was smart of them to do that and sort of use his social media influence to help sell some stuff. And, that hopefully he's getting paid for it. And not just the coloring, I mean the sales that he's bringing to the book because he has some kind of a presence. Now, what Marvel books have I heard of, right? The biggest thing I can think of is House of X, Powers of X, or Powers of 10, whatever. The X-Men books, but I'm not really sure much of that was actually marketing. I doubt much of it was intentionally getting out there, marketers, and spreading the word. A lot of it was just word of mouth. That's, I think, where I heard most of it from. Marketing should not make things difficult for your customers. I know going door to door, doing door to door sales sucks, but the thing is, it works. The only reason it works is because you can speak to somebody, have a human interaction, and you basically, make them have a decision if they're going to buy or not buy. Whereas by default, they're not going to buy, right? If they never see you, they never see your product, there's no decision even to make. So of course they're not going to buy it. So in this case, like I look at, this is this week, the things that were released on December 4th from Marvel Comics. I haven't heard, seriously, I don't read Marvel Comics anymore. It's just indie comics. If there was a Baby Yoda in here, maybe, but no, that's a Jabba. Going to the previews catalog is not marketing, right? If your customers have to go out and seek you, or ask their comic book shop to get it in a book that they want to get, that's not marketing. That's not, that's the customers going out of their way and finding the books that interest them, that they went out of their way to find. This is a major problem. I've brought this up before, but the more I think about it, all of the comics that have really been on my radar, and not from me purposefully seeking them out, But all the books that just cross my radar from checking Twitter or, being on YouTube, anything like that, they're these crowdfunded books. And I might not know as much about the story. I'm thinking of most recently Billy Tucci's book. It was on my mind because they were running a campaign. And people started talking about it. You saw things being posted all the time. I saw videos being made about it. Streams ran over it. All sorts of different things going on over She. And that's because they were in this marketing mode. They're in a campaign mode. Where is that? It is not that you need to be doing a campaign necessarily of Marvel, but you need to have some kind of campaign. There has to be some push to sell the books. Now, some people might say, well, they don't have a network of creators that are all working together to try and make it happen. Yeah, they do. They do. They're called their creators. They're actually on the payroll. They get paid to do this. I honestly think it would be a smart thing. It would be a prudent thing. I don't know what their contracts look like, but making marketing not only for your book and, your book, but for other books sold by the same publisher, to just ask you to say something about books, or pick a few books every year or every month. Pick one book a month that you're going to talk about a few times. Just as you're seeing people online, people are watching you. And then the complaint is, yeah, but they're artists. Artists are not getting paid to market, but they could be. That's what a marketing budget is. You've already got a lot of people. I think of like Sean Gordon Murphy for one. People look up to Sean Gordon Murphy. I'm sure he's promoting his own stuff. I've seen him promote his own stuff. But by doing some cross promotion, you could actually build that into the contracts and spend a little bit of marketing dollars there. That might actually help creators to have another source of revenue, even if they just picked the ones that had social media followings that were, sizable or above a certain size. I don't know, but it's shocking to me that Marvel Comics has not crossed my radar in months. And this random indie book I did hear of. And this is the only one I really can think of. Everything else I've been seeking out. Kind of a rant, I know. I don't know. It was on my mind. So there we go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate it. If you like content like this or, other comics related and crowdfunding content, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. That really helps me out. And if you're interested in, hearing about my comic that's coming out, the second part, Downcast 2, is going to be coming out very, very soon. Really, it's going to be in February. And so if you're interested on getting a discount, please join the mailing list. I promise not to spam you. I'm very, very, very careful with when I use that mailing list, and it is only to tell you about the campaign. So please join it. It'll be worth your time, and I'll see you next time.